right. We are delighted that Carissa, did I say it right?
Yeah.
Carissa is here. Carissa has been a long-time participant with Creekside Commons. She wrote and recorded a number of our labyrinth walks up in the meditative labyrinth upstairs. And so, depending on the season, you can put your headphones on and sort of experience one of those labyrinth walks. But she's also been a part of, I think you were a part of our last education series too, weren't you?
I don't know. I do a lot of things.
You do a lot of that, all right. But I'm delighted to bring her up here to kind of talk about what we sort of stumbled into at our 2 soul forums ago, is how powerfully the arts inform so many of our own kind of sense of our soul's journey, right? That we don't just form that journey based on sort of dogmatic constructs, but we're willing to kind of have this open edge as we engage the arts to be kind of drawn into a different perspective of our spirituality, of our sense of our soul. And so I thought, wow, this is perfect for Carissa to come and kind of talk about her perspective about how arts and the spirit work together, arts and the soul, how does that happen, and then to let you try out some sort of an art project that allows you to play around with that a little bit. And then I'm sure you'll hang that on your wall at home and carry this journey with you. So, gratitude for being here. Big round of applause for Carissa, and let's begin this conversation.
I think Dan must be taller than me.
Just a little bit.
It is so good to be with you. I am Carissa Jager Sanders, and I am originally from Florida, but moved to the Bay Area. I live in Santa Clara with my husband of 22 and a half years. We have been in there since summer of 21. I don't know, since 2020, things start to blur together, as we all know. The time is bizarre. But my undergrad degree many moons ago was art. I was a painter and sculptor. But I didn't know then that it would also become my spiritual praxis, or at least one of them. So I went through my undergrad, did painting and sculpting, and loved it, but had no clue where it was going to lead. I had uncles who asked, what in the world are you going to do with that degree? You know, we had that kind of impression throughout life, but my parents were very supportive. They always said, do what you love. And so I'm a wanderer and a journeyer, and I love the Tolkien saying, not all who wander are lost. I just believe in letting the journey lead you where it's going. And using art as a spiritual praxis is a lot about just being in the journey. So you're going to have some time to experiment with that a little later on. But I want to open with this vulnerable prayer that Thomas Merton, he was a 20th century Trappist monk, theologian, mystic, he wrote this beautiful prayer that I love. And he says, "My Lord God, I have no idea where I am going. I do not see the road ahead of me. I cannot know for certain where it will end, nor do I really know myself. And the fact that I am following your will does not mean that I am actually doing so. But I believe that the desire to please you does in fact please you. And I hope I have that desire in all that I am doing. I hope that I will never do anything apart from that desire. And I know that if I do this, you will lead me by the right road, though I may know nothing about it. Therefore, I will trust you always. Though I may seem to be lost and in the shadow of death, I will not fear, for you are ever with me, and you will never leave me to face my perils alone." A beautiful, vulnerable prayer that resonates with me and has for a long time. So I'm a PhD student at the Graduate Theological Union. I'm a comparative theologian, so I do Christianity and Hinduism. And you might wonder how in the world do arts feature into that. But they seem to be an underpinning on all parts, whether it's in the way that I write creatively. I once had a committee member say that my writing might be too creative and not enough dryness. I'm like, you're not getting dry writing out of me. There's enough of that in the world. But what I have come to know is that my prayer practice, my spiritual practice, are very incarnational, are very embodied. I am not good at sitting still in a room for a long period of time. Do I have anybody who resonates with that? If I sit still, my mind wanders so much I couldn't focus on God if I wanted to. Because all the list of things to do are going through, all the stresses, all the everything, and I just start to freak out. But if I am doing something physical, then I find that I'm able to connect with the holy on a deeper level. And that comes in many forms. For me, there are two major practices that I do, yoga and creative expression, the arts. Today we'll be talking about the arts. And I'm using art making broadly. How many of you have a hobby? Anybody? Okay. Name some hobbies.
Gardening.
Construction.
Gardening,
Photography.
photography,
Cycling.
cycling,
Play the piano.
play the piano, hiking.
Does traveling count?
Traveling counts for sure.
That's probably my
Okay.
Raising chickens.
Raising chickens, I love it. Anyone else? All of those can be spiritual practices. All of those. Every single one of them. We are all unique and wonderfully made. We are all wired differently, but we are made in the image of the Creator, who is and has and continues to create all the time. So when we create, we too participate with the divine. We can connect with the holy.